Hello, welcome back to Big Mood.
Hello.
We got a member missing today, but who we got now?
Tiff.
And you got Gina.
And Nikki. And today we took your breakup situations from Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, we are at Big Mood Girls. Follow us for show. We're going to start posting more. Don't worry. We haven't been posting, but we're going to post. And we frequently post in stories asking for your either your assumptions about us or your relationship situations, and you could submit them to us and we will give you your some solicited advice because you solicited it from us.
You asked us.
And since you asked us, it is an open forum for
And
us to tell you whether or not you should break up.
Yep. So if you ever wanted to be featured in one of our episodes, that's the way to do it. That's the way.
Or at least your story be featured. Because I think we just, we assume you want to stay anonymous. So unless you explicitly say, please say my name, then we'll shout you out. But no one has ever, no one has ever asked that. So just assume you're going to be anonymous.
Can we make up names for them? Like, this is submitted by Dick Puncher 143.
Yes.
You know? I'm going to start making up names for you guys.
But I think you need to hear the story first and then come up with
before the story.
No. I don't care if she's talking about like my husband and I have a baby and I hate it. Her name is Dick Puncher 143. Yeah.
Damn.
It's that.
Damn, that's sad. She has a baby. She hates it.
But she's a dick puncher. You know? She was
Dick
terrible.
punchers don't like babies.
Yeah.
She was trying to avoid having a baby.
Right? Yeah. She punches dick to not have a
Why'd
baby.
you give me this? This dick gave me this baby.
Right? I tried to punch it so many times and I'm still pregnant.
She punched it with her pussy. That's why.
Oh my God. All right, well, give me a name for this one, this first one.
Okay, this is Ass Clencher 16.
Just always full of tension.
Ass Clencher 16, there we go. Her kegels are
Jess?
amazing.
I love you, Jess.
I miss you. I hope you wish I had you. Okay, it says, this is my first real relationship after being in some very toxic scenarios. He is the best boyfriend, so sweet and caring, does everything right, but for some reason, I never want to have sex with him and feel more of a friendly vibe. He's made it clear he misses sex and wants it more often. I miss being single and don't love being tied down, but I'd never cheat, ever. And also can't figure out if I'm self-sabotaging because he's so great or if our relationship is just missing something like sexual chemistry. Mm-hmm. Also, he is an immigrant and I feel really pressured to be the one for him and get married so he can become a citizen. But I don't think I even want to get married to anyone, you know? Help! I don't want to hurt him and I'm so contradicted. If we break up, I'll worry about him and miss him, but if we stay together, I'm bored.
You can still be friends, but I think you know in your heart you're not supposed to be together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't get married out of obligation.
No.
That's
never immigrants.
Never gonna work out.
And
especially if he likes you, if he's in love with you and you don't feel the same way back. That's just even more hurtful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really feel like that immigrant part of it is probably I think it's a huge reason why she probably feels no sexual chemistry. It's a huge block for her to not allow herself to get that close because she feels that pressure. You know what I mean? It
could be.
I'm assuming.
Also, some people they have compatibility but no chemistry, and sometimes people get those things confused. They think if they have one, they have both, but they're completely separate. Yeah. So that's why you can have bomb sex with a really toxic guy, but you have no compatibility with a life situation. Or you could have he's really good on paper. Like, you should totally marry him if you just saw what he was on paper, but then you get together and you're like, ooh, I have something in me doesn't want to have sex. Yeah. There's no chemistry then.
And that pressure of being like, well, if I break up with him, he's going to have to leave the country. You shouldn't be with him because of that obligation.
Exactly. No, and he can find another person. You're not the only girl out there. And so there's probably someone that matches with him, and it gives both of you a better opportunity for happiness because you're clearly not happy, even though you feel like you should be because logically you should be. But sad thing is love's not logical.
Yeah. So that's usually the first thing that goes when I feel like I am not in the relationship anymore, and I just the sex goes.
Yep. Yeah, that is the very first thing that goes for me too.
Totally.
And she's so she was concerned about what if I'm self-sabotaging. I don't know because when it comes, sex is a very
big part of the relationship.
Yeah. So if you don't feel that
intimacy
anymore, that's probably your sign
that you need to go back to the streets and unclench your butthole.
Pack it up,
Let your
unclench it.
butthole be free.
Yeah, and back to the streets you go.
Back to the streets.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's back to the streets too.
Yeah, and even though you haven't cheated, I mean, that means you have high integrity, but it doesn't mean that, like, you
It's not what
belong
you
together.
desire.
Yeah. You clearly still care for this person, but it doesn't mean
Yeah.
that you have to be there like romantically anymore.
And there are other great guys out there that you will have actual chemistry with. So
Yeah.
good luck to you back on those streets.
And it's her
Yeah.
first relationship too. Like, get out there.
Her first healthy relationship.
True.
Oh,
Yeah.
healthy relationship. I see.
She said if her, because she said she was in some toxic scenarios in the
Right.
past.
Well, now you know what's out there. So you got a flavor of like, okay, I like this from this guy and this from this other guy. Like, I need chemistry, but I also need there to be this good guy ship out there.
Right. That's true.
You're refining your list, your like standards.
Well, good luck.
Good luck, ass clencher.
All right, what's the name for this next one?
This one is Titty Puncher 14.
Titty puncher 14.
They're just destroying
14
Yeah. I don't know
titties.
why it's so
Body
violent.
parts.
Yeah.
I like how they all have numbers after. Because like Titty Puncher was taken. So they
The first 13 were taken. She has
Yeah.
to settle on 14. All right, Titty Puncher 14. Go ahead.
So they say, "Hey girls, I love every single one of you so
Aw,
much and
love
want
you.
nothing but the best for y'all. Heart." I'm 23 and been watching everything JK for years. Y'all provided me with a companion in my shitty early teens. But there is no doubt in my mind y'all have been even more influential part of my life since y'all started Big Mood.
Aw.
My boyfriend is 29. It's 6 years, Jess. I love you so much, LOL. Well, don't worry. Jess isn't here to judge. He has a 3-year-old. I've been with him for 2 years. He's changed a lot in that time span. Am I wrong for saying it's still not enough for me? I'm also afraid all the bad things that have happened will never leave my mind. When my anxiety is trash, it's all I think about and will physically make myself sick replaying it. I honestly feel like I'm being taken advantage of because I'm the type of person that if I got it, we got it. But I just don't know what to do anymore. When we got together, I was going to school, paying my own bills in a new city, while he was living with his parents, doing drugs, drinking, and had no type of money management. He's living with me now. I'm paying everything, even child support some months.
Leave.
Oof.
We're done. That's all I need to hear.
Yep.
Well, there's more. When he first moved in, he agreed we would have everything. He spends an absorbent amount of money on weed and doesn't
Wait,
even
you're
have
paying for everything, but he's spending all his money on weed?
and doesn't have money for diapers.
Oh, hell no.
What the fuck? This is selfish motherfucking asshole.
Yeah. The other drug I thought he quit until I found it while doing his laundry after he told me I don't even want it anymore. I didn't think it would be that easy to stop cold turkey. She continues, the drinking he would hide in his regular cup and I didn't find out until I drank out of his on accident.
Oh. Okay, so there's lying. There's money mismanagement. There's selfishness.
Drug use.
There's
Yeah.
taking advantage of you for financial and child support.
Oof. Yeah, he's
Not giving me a lot of reasons to stay.
No.
Is there anything redeeming about him?
Right?
Or
well,
is it just the comfort level?
Yeah.
she continues. She says, there's a lot of things that have happened between us because of those 3 topics. I have terrible memories along with it. He's told me countless things him and his exes have done. I've only been with one other guy. It made me feel inferior, I guess, not knowing what I was doing when we first got together, and he would tell me all of these things. To even him telling me sexual things between him and the mother of his child.
I don't like him. I
don't like him.
Yeah. I honestly...
Jess would be having a
Oh,
heart
yeah.
attack right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would be raging.
Her
Super.
ancestors are rolling in
would
their graves. Jeez.
Her skin would be bright red.
Oh, yeah. She says, I honestly can't get that out of my head, and I think it's always going to be engraved in my head. He's incapable of telling the truth, so I don't even believe him when he says he loves me. I'm sorry it's so long. If y'all can't do it in the episode, I understand. I
Well,
really
this
just
could have
want
been
y'all to know
short.
how
Break
much
up.
Yeah.
Holy
mean to me.
shit.
I mean, kill him.
You have a laundry list of erase him from Earth. No.
No.
Yeah, you
He
have
has a child.
many reasons.
That he doesn't buy diapers for.
Right.
Right?
I could also see her feeling like she needs to stay to even protect the kid from his him
Yeah.
or her deadbeat dad.
Jesus
But
Christ.
the
But
mom.
it's not right.
Kid has a mom.
But yeah, for sure. Because I'm thinking like if she has to provide diapers. She has to pay for child support.
Sounds like he's making it seem like he can't pay for diapers, so she'll pay for it so he
Right.
can spend his money on weed.
Exactly.
Mhm.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah, dude.
No.
There's
Leave.
no
Out of here.
Yeah, no redeeming quality whatsoever. Hell
No.
If a man can't even take care of something as basic and essential as diapers, then
Yeah.
why are you
For a
with him?
child?
Yeah, for a
For
child that
his
is
child.
completely
He
helpless.
can't put his child's needs ahead of his own?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially at the age of 29, like that's not like, oh, he's 21, he's still whatever. No, this
Right.
is 29, a full-grown, full-on adult.
His brain is already fully formed.
Exactly. No, there's nothing for you here.
It makes sense too why he would try to go for someone way younger, 6 years younger.
Yeah. Also, it's...
She's younger than him by
Yeah,
6
she's
years?
23.
She's 23.
And she's taking care of all this?
Yeah.
Bitch, you better get your ass out on the street now.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Find someone else.
Yeah, girl.
Oh my God.
There are better ones out there.
Oh no.
I mean, he probably needs some help, but he also needs someone to stop enabling him. Like, oh, he's a drug addict, so
Yeah.
that makes sense too. So like when you get addicted to drugs, your mindset changes to being more selfish, and you just aren't thinking about anybody
You
else.
justify
but you,
why
like,
why you're so selfish. too.
exactly. So it does make sense, but the only way to quit is for him to hit a certain point, a threshold where he wants to stop, like where he wants to make a life change. And if you're providing everything for him, there's no need to make a life change. So as shitty as it may be to, start again, you're young, you're in your prime, you got a lot of shit going on. You could find someone that respects you and loves you and doesn't
Yeah.
lie to you, doesn't compare you to their exes, doesn't make you feel like shit about yourself. It sounds like a lot of manipulation going on, which is just something you don't need. You don't need that in your life.
Yeah.
At all.
You deserve better.
Back to the street.
Back to the streets
you go, girl. And then you're going to save so much money after y'all break up.
You invest that, make more money.
Good luck, girlfriend. All right. Next one. What's her name?
This one is Mommy Milkers 1.
Mommy Milkers.
Yeah.
She got
She is.
Mommy
Mommy
Milkers?
Milkers was taken, so she
Yeah.
had to go start at 1. Yeah. Mommy Milkers 1.
not bad.
Yeah.
Here we go. So it says, here's my should we break up story. Disclaimer, we're not actually together. LOL.
Okay.
We've been best friends for the past 10 years who have eventually began to start having feelings for each other. He was my first kiss, my first love, parentheses, and lover, etc. We both seem pretty committed to
Wait,
each
for
other.
10 years?
They've been best friends for the past 10 years.
Okay.
But they were first love, first kiss, and they're not together still?
Well, her first love, her first kiss, her and lover.
And they did all this without being together?
Apparently. So she'll explain. So then it says, we both seem pretty committed to each other in that we aren't interested in seeing anyone else. The only reason why we aren't together is because he has a lot of pressure from church/family that if he gets into a relationship, it has to be for marriage. He has to be ready to be a husband/father.
Oh my God.
I understood the need to wait when we were 18, but now that we're both 25, I feel like the clock is ticking. He says he's still not ready mentally, financially, and spiritually. I get it, but I'm tired of not telling people that he's my man. Should I wait it out because I love him or
so
find someone who is ready?
She's been like a dirty secret?
Pretty much.
Oh no. Oh no, no,
It
no.
sounds like it.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't. Oh.
Yeah. Well, how many years is that? 18 to 25?
As 7 years?
Yeah.
7 years. And then they were best friends for 10 years?
10, yeah.
Childhood.
Wow. I mean, you're like, if you guys were living together, it'd be like state
Oh, yeah, legally.
legally
yeah.
married. Yeah.
You would have been legally married now at that point.
Oh my
Or what is it?
goodness.
Common law marriage.
Common law. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, that one's tough. Because I understand, like, why you are understanding and, like, why. But also, like, yeah, I mean, 25, it seems like, it feels like,
You're an adult.
are you ready yet?
He needs some pressure put on him because, like, why doesn't he want to show you off to his family, or why wouldn't he want to stick up for your guys' relationship unless he wasn't sure? And then do you want to be with someone that's not sure?
Yeah, because like if I was his family, well, I mean, like if I heard, my son he's been friends with this girl since childhood, and they've been in each other's lives 10 years.
I'd be so excited.
I'd be so excited. Like, this is actually really sweet,
But then I could see, like, how, I mean, she must be witnessing this if she understands that that's the pressure that the family places on him, then she must be also witnessing it too and seeing, like, if this family is just saying, like, well, you better not be dating anyone unless you're trying to get married. And that's a lot of pressure to put on a young man that's just trying to figure his shit out, even though he is in a loving relationship, like secret relationship with this chick, but like to have that amount of pressure, I can see why he's like frozen. Like he can't make
But
a
he's
step.
25. So you listen, mommy milker, one, you have to decide if that's worth your happiness, if you're okay with that. And what if I know you're not together, but what if he breaks up with you? How are you going to feel about spending all of those
True.
years and not even getting, like, I guess credit? I don't know, like,
A girlfriend label.
yeah, not even like you. It's like
Acknowledgement.
you gave
Yeah.
him all of your best. Like you're putting in more of the effort of a relationship, and he won't even acknowledge that there is a relationship.
Yeah.
You're giving him girlfriend things without being his girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of girls, I know a lot of my girlfriends have done this, and they always regret it later because the guy ends up finding someone who puts an ultimatum on it. Well, not an ultimatum, but draws a line, like has standards. That's like,
Yeah.
hey, if I'm going to do this, we're in a relationship, we're going to call it that. You know, you need to be able to stick up to your family and say that. And he goes with that girl because they have like a backbone and like they know what they want.
Yeah.
And it sounds like this guy has been like needing someone to know what they want. Like right now he's listening to his family who knows what they want. And so I think you need to kind of put your foot down and like draw a line in the sand and say, hey, I've done this for 7 years now and I love you and I'm not really willing to continue unless this is going to be an actual relationship and we're going to call it that and we're going to acknowledge that and you're going to stick up for me.
And that might make him be like, oh shit, like I don't want to lose this. I do want this.
Yeah.
Right.
And might give him some clarity and he might actually agree, like, you're right, you know, I want to make this a relationship. And if he doesn't, then that's your
You
answer.
got your answer.
Yeah.
For sure. Because, yeah, I mean, him just like beating around the bush and not getting to the point or not even confronting his family, it does feel like, wait, so am I not important to you then?
Exactly. You want someone to value you enough,
Mhm.
like value you the way that you value them.
Yeah.
And right now he's not showing that. So
After 7 years, you would want to be with someone who's like, who loves you enough to be able to tell his family, like, I don't care what you think.
Right.
Mhm.
This is the person that makes me happy. This is the person that I love and I want to be with.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can't do that, like, why would you want to be with someone who's so hung up on what their parents say anyways? At the end of the day, it's his life, not
Exactly.
his parents. So he needs to be able to stand for himself. And if he doesn't have that backbone, you shouldn't even be with him.
totally.
Right.
Because, like, imagine later on, if you do get together and you have children and he just
Oh,
goes by
yeah.
everything his mother says.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That would really put a, like, you're not, I mean, yeah, they say like once you marry someone, you marry their family too, but this is like literally like that.
Exactly.
And that's just going to put a strain in the relationship.
Think long term, like
Yeah.
big picture. At the end of the road, 20 years from now, what
Yeah.
are you thinking? What's your picture look like?
So tell him, like, look, if you're not going to put a label on it, I'm going back to the streets.
Yeah.
Because, damn, you're
To
still
the
young.
streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, super young.
Good luck, mommy milkers one.
Yeah. Keep milking
wait-
the mommies.
They milk the mommies, or is mommy's milkers?
These are mommy's milkers.
Okay,
Yeah. Because I took it as the other way. So I
Yeah,
was
like
like,
he
keep
milking the
milking the
mom.
mommies.
Oh, yeah, no. He's too much of a little bitch to do that anyways.
When you guys are laying in bed and you're just thinking, you know what? Now, especially in this time, it's spring. You know, spring has sprung.
What else is
And-
gonna sprung?
Ooh.
Well, you can. You can bring the warmth of the outside world back into your bedroom with Dipsy. So, shout out to our sponsor, Dipsy. Dipsy is an audio app full of short, sexy stories designed to turn you on. Each Dipsy audio story features characters that feel like real people and immersive scenarios so you feel like you're right there. Listen to stories about hooking up with your hometown crush you never made a move on, or that coworker that you always had a little thing for. Or maybe a story that puts you in bed with someone who's telling you exactly what they'd like to do to you. They release new content every week, so there's always more to explore, no matter who you're into or what turns you on. And if you need to wind down, Dipsy also has wellness sessions, sensual bedtime stories, and soundscapes to help you relax before you drift off. For listeners of this show, Dipsy is offering an extended 30-day free trial when you go to dipsystories.com/mood. That's 30 days of full access for free when you go to DIPSEA stories.com/mood. dipsystories.com/mood.
And once you listen to these stories,
if you still need some
help. We're also sponsored by Blue Chew, which is a men's tablet service. Okay, it's been a hell of a year. Personally, I feel like I've aged 12 years over the last 12 months. And if you're like me, you're feeling your age more than you used to, especially in the bedroom. Time to snap out of it, though. Spring is here, and it's time to get sprung.
Yeah,
like Tiff said.
Ooh.
Get your dick hard is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
Get your dick hard.
Heard.
Heard.
As
Cut
hard
to the
as life
chase.
is, get it. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form. Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve harder, stronger erections to combat all forms of ED, erectile dysfunction. And it's an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part? It's all done online, so you don't have to leave your dumb house or the bedroom.
Leave your dumb house.
Your dumbass bitch ass house.
I'm like ridiculing you as I'm like coaxing you.
The audience that needs the Blue Chew would like the ridicule.
Called
though.
negging.
They're signing up already.
They like it.
They're on the website right now.
So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code BIGMOOD at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code BIGMOOD to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Thank you, Blue Chew.
All right, guys. What's the name of this next person asking?
This is Butt Flaps 6.
Well, butt flaps. They write, hello.
Picture.
They write, hello. I've been watching you girls for over a year now, and I would really appreciate your advice. My boyfriend
Thanks
and
for
I.
watching.
Yeah, thank you. My boyfriend and I have been dating since I was 18 years old. I am now 25, and he
7
is
years.
54.
Was not expecting.
Hold up.
So 47 when they got together.
18 and 47.
18 and 47. Dude, I don't even think my dad was 47 when I was 18. Hold up.
Wait, what's 18 plus 18?
My dad was
Such
40.
easy math.
My dad was 42 when I was 18.
Wow.
Oh
All right.
my gosh.
So she says, the past few years, I find it hard to be happy with him and have had crippling anxiety over my future with him. I wanted to get married and have kids, but he would always tell me it was never the right time. He has no kids of his own and has never been married. The last 2 years have been extremely difficult, and I feel like I cannot even hear him when he speaks to me. We haven't had sex in 3 years because he has a mental block and has not considered therapy, even though he has told me for the past year that he will look into it and go so he can be a better lover. Now, should I try to work it out with him or head back to the streets?
Back to the streets.
Back to the streets.
Back to the streets and take his fucking walker. What the fuck?
A Gen Z with a boomer?
Crazy.
Whoa.
18 though, and he was like, what are you doing dating an 18-year-old at that age?
Obviously, he keeps him young.
Yeah. Well, he never had kids.
And he
so-
never had
Never
to
got
worry
married.
about her wanting marriage because she's so young, but now that she's getting to that
Exactly.
point, he's like,
Oh,
no.
right.
Yeah, he didn't have to worry about
She's
that.
getting too old for him.
Yeah.
But I wonder why he keeps her around though, because they haven't even had sex in 3 years.
I don't know, pretty young thing,
Just arm candy.
Hasn't found an alternative yet.
right?
I don't know. No, it sounds like I don't want to degrade your relationship. Maybe like you did really care about each other, but there is definitely something wrong if in the past 3 years haven't had no sex for 3 years.
Yeah.
Eesh.
No sex or little sex. Oh my god, even
She
little
said
sex.
no sex.
No. No. I don't know. No,
Haven't had sex.
That's not a relationship to me. I mean, well, okay.
Depends on
not a relationship, but I don't know. You're at 25. You have to decide for yourself if that's something that you're willing to keep doing. Like, are you willing? What if there was never any sex again? Is that something that it's worth it for you to keep going with?
Yeah.
Because maybe it is, but I don't think I could be in a relationship longer if it had been that long without sex.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's not really a sexual partnership anymore.
And clearly marriage is what you want and he doesn't want that. So
Yeah.
why are you still here when that is?
I mean, they must have like intimate issues. I mean, intimate
Connections
bonding.
of some
Stimulation.
Yeah, exactly. Intimate
But
stimulation.
she says that
in
she
other
can barely
ways.
hear him anymore.
Right. So
Yeah.
I think like that they have moved past that point. And now she's at this breaking point where she can no longer be in this relationship. It sounds like because she gets anxiety. Well, she says that she gets anxiety thinking about her future with him.
Yeah,
which
I
is
would
very
too.
valid because
Yeah.
you're so young. You have the rest of your life ahead of you, and you're gonna be with a man who doesn't want to provide that future that you want for yourself. Like it's just like, then what's the point?
Right.
The relationship part is already crumbling.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just sunken cost now staying together. Like you're like, okay, well, I've been with him 7 years. Like I have to stay together because it's already been so long. But you don't really have to do that if
Yeah.
you're not happy. And also I feel like actions speak louder than words. And so him saying he's going to go to therapy for years, but then not
Yeah.
actually doing it shows that he doesn't truly care about that.
Yep.
Because if he did, he would go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I don't know. To me, personally, I would break up. But I know it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
So, Butt Flap 6, like, I hope that you can really take a moment to think if that's, like, something that you're willing to stick around with.
Right.
And this is someone she's
What it
been with-
provides you
She's been with him since 18. This is
Yeah.
all she's known for so long.
for your adult life.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't know that, hey, man, there's better
There's
out
better
there.
out
being
there.
a little
Yeah.
codependent, maybe like onto the
Exactly.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you've, like, spent your entire adult life with the same person, it is hard to imagine yourself with anyone else or even single.
Yeah.
Because you've been, kind of developed a codependency.
After this
Right.
long, you deserve to be with someone who, like, can't wait to marry you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who gives you the butterflies and the excitement feeling and, like, reciprocates
Right.
you being there
Exactly.
for them.
It's true.
Back it up.
Back
to
it
the
up.
streets.
Back to the streets. Get out of that retirement home, girl. Come on now. I mean, I know the AARP discount is great, but you're fine. It's fine. It's like $3 off your fucking IHOP meal. It's okay. You're good.
Oh my God.
All right, Butt Flaps. Good luck. Who's next?
The next one is a toe chewer, 16.
Toe chewer.
Yeah.
Sounds painful and gross.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't yuck their
Don't,
yum.
yeah.
Well, because I pictured like cheesy feet. That's why I thought it was
Oh.
Gnawing on the toenail.
gross. Owie. All right. Anyway, well, what was it?
So, toe chewer, 16.
chewer. Okay, toe chewer.
Yeah.
They write, submitting my story for advice. My boyfriend and I have been together for 7 years. High school sweethearts.
Street hearts.
Sorry. Street hearts.
Freudian slip?
And
How
we
many
have
years you said?
7 years.
Okay.
High school sweethearts. And we have definitely grown so much in the relationship, both together and as individuals. Recently, I felt like there's no spark anymore, and I'm not sure what to do about it. We have our problems like most couples do. I'm about to get my master's and have started looking for a more long-term job. I want to move out by next year and get our own place and really just kickstart the next chapter in my life. He is unemployed after having lost his job 2 years ago and struggled finding a job since. The issue is that he won't work just anywhere and is very picky about his options. I have basically been paying for most things whenever we go out to eat, do fun things, etc. But I'm so tired of it. I shouldn't have to literally say, get a job. I don't want to keep paying for everything anymore. Don't get me wrong, he has goals, but I feel like he's just waiting for them to happen instead of actively working towards them. He refuses to start at the bottom with some minimum wage job and thinks that he can just get to the top without working hard. I'm just so tired of it and I don't know what to do anymore.
He's waiting for it to be handed to him.
Yeah.
His pride and ego.
I've subtly brought it up by saying that I want to get our own place and start traveling, etc. And he seems to be very on board. But then nothing happens. Should I continue to have this conversation again or should we just break up?
He's
Please
on board
help.
with you paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, that sounds great.
And then she
Let's
says,
go.
she finishes off with, to clarify, I don't mind paying for stuff and holding it down when I need to. We're a team and I know he would do the same for me, but when is enough just enough?
Yeah. I mean, they say that I think it's statistically finances is
The
like
number
the number
one.
one thing that breaks people up.
Yep.
And it's less about not wanting to pay for them anymore, but more about feeling this mutual support. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that there's like he cares about you enough to like swallow his pride and work somewhere
Right.
else because it's something that would help support you guys as a team.
Or it's like not even just like about him caring about her. It's about him caring about himself and feeling like he can better himself too by providing a life for himself. Like, why is he just being like a mama's boy, pretty much, like on the couch, just being coddled, letting you pay for everything? It's just, he sounds like a spoiled little brat.
Yeah, or entitled. Like
Yeah.
he feels like entitled to not start at a lower level than what he deems himself as.
Yeah, definitely.
I know a lot of people like that too, who like they just see themselves as so much higher than what they've actually accomplished. Like if you were that level, then you would be able to show it. And
Right.
people just, I just don't think they're handing out jobs to people that can't prove that they can do the job.
Right.
So, and if it's been 2 years, yeah, like that's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Like my dad, he owns, our nail salon, and he's been a business owner for the last 20 something years. When COVID hit and the nail salons shut down, he wasn't like, no, I'm too good, I'm a business owner, whatever. No, he went and he's like, all right, I'll go get a job at working the back stocking room at Walmart if I have to.
Yeah.
Because he wants to work and provide. There's no job above him.
Right.
Like he's gonna man up and get a fucking
Or beneath
job.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Right.
eventually you'll get there, but you
Exactly.
can't just sit around for 2 years
Yeah,
and
just
someone's
wait.
just going to hand you a higher level job.
Yeah.
And maybe he just doesn't understand that. I don't know how he was raised. Like maybe he was kind of handed things growing up, and so he kind of expects that, and that's
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately like not really his fault, but he has to acknowledge that and kind of
Yeah.
change his behaviors. But yeah, that's too. All these are 7 years too.
Yeah.
This 7-year itch
It's
thing.
Exactly. I was about to say that.
Yeah.
7-year itch.
I feel like if he was unemployed, he lost his job, sure, I get it. But when it's gotten to the point where you have to actively say, go get a job,
Yeah.
that is just so. If I got to that point and someone had to keep on saying that to me, I would be so embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm a very traditional person. Like, I don't need a man to take care of me, but I like a man who is like, I'm going to
Who
work,
can.
Yeah.
who can provide,
Mhm.
And
'Cause
how.
it makes you feel supported. and
Exactly.
safe.
Exactly. So how do you feel good about your girl in school? She's working on her master's, she's still in school and she's still paying for everything for you.
That's crazy.
And you're a grown ass adult, you know?
Yeah.
And there could be a depression element too. Like sometimes I've been with a guy that like it's not that he lost his job. He was like a freelancer, and there was a dry spell of like a year for when I was like paying for everything, and I didn't mind that. But then I thought he was like, I was just like, why isn't this dude getting a job? He got like really depressed, and like he was embarrassed and depressed that he wasn't being able to provide. But instead of like letting that fuel him to getting a job, he let that break him into like just into a hole of depression. So I don't know exactly what toe chewer's guy is.
You're good at remembering the names.
I keep forgetting. But yeah, that there could be that reason too, in which like maybe he needs some therapy. Maybe he needs some talk space. You can
Some
get
talk
$100
space,
yeah.
off.
There
Or
we
she
go.
would have to pay
Some
for.
talk space.
Yeah.
Right.
She'd
True.
pay for it.
I'm just saying.
It's an investment at this point.
It's an investment. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like maybe at this point, since you're feeling like you're just at the end of your rope, like a good, strong, stern talking is warranted at this point, where it's like, listen, I can't do this anymore. We need to figure this out. You need to get out there and show me that you're trying to be my partner and not just be like my fucking
Moocher.
son. You
Yeah,
know, exactly.
Maybe
like
give a
moocher.
timeline.
Yeah.
Like, or discuss a timeline. Like, how much is fair? Like, can maybe 3 months be a goal for you to get
Dude,
a job?
listen, now it's COVID. Everyone's hiring.
Yeah.
Everyone's hiring. Like now that everyone's kind of
Everything's
opening up
open?
again,
Yeah.
everyone's hiring. And if I were her and everyone's hiring, I don't want to hear, well, no, that job's not good enough for me.
Mm.
Fuck you, bitch, you're broke.
Work there until you get the job you
Yeah.
want.
Exactly.
Then
Exactly.
work.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
Like work. Just fucking get off your ass and work.
I would rather. I respect someone who works a minimum wage job more than someone who's just unemployed waiting for something
Thinks they're better
a
than that
higher job,
Yeah.
to be
Yeah,
offered.
yeah.
No,
Exactly.
fuck you, dude.
So true.
Mm-hmm.
I worked with this guy who, okay, so we were both waiters at the time. This was like when I was 21, 22. And he was 30. And he was in SAG and he was an actor, quote unquote. But he hadn't acted in anything. But he refused to do any films for free. Like he wouldn't just be in independent films or student films or even work for like $100 day rate, which is like SAG minimum, because he thought of himself as like a SAG actor who like you should always be like paid for your work. And like, yes, you should at a certain point, but
then why aren't you a SAG actor?
Portfolio of stuff you should be working instead of working as a waiter then. But he wasn't even trying. So he was like, he was just kind of like, I'm just waiting until like the right job gets handed to me, basically.
I think what is happening too underneath all that for those type of people is that they are just so afraid of failure that they'd rather not even try and fail than try and get at least somewhere than where they're at now. Like they're just so stunted by their own fear of failure that they won't move.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's a back to the streets yet. I think a discussion is definitely warranted, and maybe a timeline proposal. And if that's not, if he doesn't follow through or like show you in some way that he cares, then yeah, it's strong consideration.
And you got to enforce that timeline too.
Yeah.
You can't just get there and then he'll give you some spiel and you're back at it, you know? Because girl, you're working hard. You're working on that master's.
Yeah. You're trying to better your future. You need a partner that can be there and support you, not just you just supporting them. It's draining. It's like having the weight on your shoulders. Like, why?
Yeah.
If you think about it too, like if you have kids with him and you guys are struggling,
yeah, you're gonna have to take care of the kids too.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I don't want to work that job because it's just not good enough for me. Like, you don't want to deal with
it. Or no, I don't want to change a diaper because it's beneath me.
Exactly.
It's not my job.
No.
Yeah. Jeez, I'm too overqualified for that.
Right.
All right. Well, good luck.
Good
on
luck
conversation.
to you, Tochur.
Yeah.
16.
Okay, next one. What's their name?
Broken Hernia 9.
Well, I'm glad it's broken.
Yeah. It's fucking...
I'm like...
a broken hernia. There you go.
It's broken.
Isn't it like a
then
burst? A burst.
Okay, burst hernia 9. There you go. Ouch. Jesus. Burst hernia 9. What's up?
Ouch. All right.
Let's just get more painful as they go.
It does.
Triple amputee. 14. Let's go.
Okay, it says, "Hey, Big Mood Girls, sending my love from Connecticut.
Hi.
This may be a long one, and I'd like to stay anonymous."
Okay.
That's where the Salem witch trials were.
Whoa.
Wasn't it Massachusetts?
I'm a liar.
Salem, Massachusetts.
Salem, Oregon.
All right. It says, "I've been with my boyfriend for almost a year now. He is a goof, but a loving and caring partner. He matches my weirdness and makes me laugh and goes out of his way to make me happy. However, he's not really the one I can have deep conversations with. I'm all about opening up and talking about my life, feelings, emotions, people, etc. But with him, I don't feel really compelled to talk to him about deep things. Our conversations would be more shallow, like movies or shows we watch, the little things that happen in our daily lives and things along the lines of that. It's not that he can't, because we have had times where we had more meaningful conversations, but I had to initiate that. There were times I felt lonely despite being in the relationship because I felt like I wasn't fully understood by him and I was suppressing all the emotions that I didn't know how to express. Despite being in a very loving relationship where he provides for me so much, I'm still questioning about whether this is the right relationship for me, which makes me feel ungrateful for what he has done for me. And I worry that if I do separate with him because of this reason, I might be making a big mistake and I'll regret it down the line for letting go of someone who loves me so much. Would love your ladies' advice. Thank you so much."
Wow, that's a really tough one. Did she say how old she was?
No.
Okay.
No age.
I feel like I had the opposite situation where we could have deep conversations, but the guy he couldn't make me laugh. Like he was not funny. And I was getting more attracted to guys that were intelligent, that also like were funny and had a sense of humor. And it was so hard because the dude I was with was like a super supportive, loving guy. He would have been there for me forever, and we had been together for 5 years, but I just like couldn't. I needed that funniness, and it ended up like with me not being sexually attracted anymore. And then that's when it was really over. But it was super hard because it was like, he's a good guy. I'm comfortable. He gets me. He understands me. What if I never find anyone like that? Like, what if just this one thing missing is like, I'm just asking for too much.
Right.
But I had to. It wasn't fair to him that I was getting stimulated by other people. And I think that's maybe what you're going through, where if you can even acknowledge that you can't have stimulating conversation with him, or you don't feel comfortable, that means you have had it with other people.
Yeah.
It means you know that it's out there.
You know what you're missing.
Yeah. And I don't think it's like really fair to him if you like are getting this need met by other people. I don't know. And then it's not fair to you that you can't ever get that need met if you stay with him.
Right. I'm very big on communication. You know, I think we all are. Communication is such a huge thing for us. And a lot of times those deep conversations is where love stems.
Yeah.
and it
That bonding
blooms.
happens.
Bonding happens. And when you're old and gray, your looks are gone, you know, and things are, all you have left is conversation and loving conversation. Like, what are you guys gonna talk about? Fucking bingo every fucking night of the week, you know? So that deep conversation connection is what you absolutely need. And I feel like, have you spoken to him about this?
Kitty Poo Club takes care of the more unpleasant parts of cat ownership so you can get back to loving your furry friend. I have 4 furry friends at my house. It's a party. Come over whenever you want. Kitty Poo Club is a convenient all-in-one monthly litter box solution, and every month Kitty Poo Club delivers an affordable, high-quality, recyclable litter box that's pre-filled with the litter of your choice. This is so key because, like, so the kitty litter box, you have to scoop it, but then like you have to clean it out once a month. You have to actually
and then
scrub
the plastic gets nasty with
nasty.
the urine, and it's disgusting. So that's why I love this too.
This is great. You can just recycle the litter box, throw it out. You can pick the litter that you want. The boxes are leak proof. They're eco-friendly, and they have a fun design for every season. You can also customize your order based on how many cats you have. Choose from 4 different litter types. So I have all 4. So when the month is up, just recycle the box, not the litter, but the box, and Kitty Poo Club will automatically deliver a new one to you. No changing use litter, no more cleaning the box. Kitty Poo Club also has a no-risk satisfaction guarantee, and you can easily customize or cancel anytime. And right now, Kitty Poo Club is offering you 20% off your first order, plus a free dome, free scoop, and free shipping. When you set up auto ship by going to kittypooclub.com/mood, just go to kittypooclub.com/mood to get 20% off your first order, plus a free dome, scoop, and free shipping when you set up auto ship. That's kittypooclub.com/mood.
Guess what?
What?
It's 2021.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Do you have time in 2021 for uncomfortable shoes?
No, fuck no.
I don't. Look at these fucking bullshit ass shoes I got on right now.
Okay, these are
I do
cute,
not
though.
have time. Yeah, look, you've got uncomfortable
I broke
shoes on
them
right
in.
now.
No, these are
They're
leather. I broke them in.
uncomfortable.
Okay,
Those
look,
look
you
cool,
had to
though.
break those
But
in.
I had to break them
but
in.
You
I
know,
did.
Same with
you know
these.
what shoes you don't have to break in are Rothy's.
Yes.
Those are our
Comfortable
sponsors
as
for
fuck.
today.
Oh,
We
they're the
love
best.
Rothy's. We all got a free pair to try before we read the ad to decide if we were gonna to do this ad or
I
not.
wanted to sleep in them. They were
As
so
soon as I
comfortable.
put my foot in that shit, I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" It feels like a sock,
socks,
but
yeah.
like stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's still got like the shoe sole and stuff, so it's like very strong.
Like you do your activities,
and it-
but in
yeah.
a sock.
And
Yeah.
it's so crazy that they're this comfortable, but they're made out of recycled water bottles. Like,
Yeah.
what?
It's crazy. So there's a ton of sustainably made styles, and it's fully machine washable. Tons of shapes too. Like, so I got the flat pointed toe ones, but they have like tennis shoes.
Yeah, I
I
got
got
the
the tennis
sneaker
shoes.
like,
ones.
but they're like sock tennis shoes.
They're
Yeah.
so
crazy.
comfy.
Pop Sugar named Rothy's one of the most comfortable and cute flats you'll never tire of wearing. Rothy's best-selling shoe, the Point in Black, has over 5,000 near-perfect reviews. Upgrade your closet with washable, sustainable, stylish shoes and bags from Rothy's. Plus, they just launched men's shoes, so make sure to check them out for you or the guy in your life. Head to rothys.com/bigmood to find your new favorites today. That's ROTHYS, rothys.com/bigmood.
So going back to this,
Right, yes.
What was I saying?
Yeah, so we were talking.
Communication.
Right.
Yes.
The communication is very important.
But I also feel like if she really, I don't know if she's talked to him about it yet and told him, because he seems like
Yeah.
a fun, understanding guy. And if you had a conversation with him and said, hey, like, this is really what I want, I feel like people can learn how to communicate better.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
and
what I
get
was going to
deeper.
say.
Mhm.
Because, like, she says that she is able to have meaningful conversations with
Yeah.
him, but the thing that she doesn't like is that she has to initiate that. And I completely relate to that. Like I used to relate, because that's how it was with me and Casey. Like for him, it's not that we couldn't have like deep, meaningful conversations, but it was the same thing where like I always had to initiate, like to dig in, because he had a lot of issues on how to communicate. And that caused like a lot of miscommunication between us, a lot of like resentment built up. And so if you're able to recognize that already, then you can have a conversation and like teach him how you would like to have meaningful conversations, which sounds like he would be open to hear that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem like a back to the streets for me personally. It just seems like you just have to have a conversation with him about how this is important to you. And obviously he's not incapable of doing it since you have had meaningful conversations.
Right. That was the one tell where I was like, okay, maybe there is hope, because when I had the conversation, my ex-boyfriend could not be funny, and it was just kind of cringy like when you would try. But if there is hope, like he has been able to have deep conversations, and maybe it's just a matter of kind of like letting it flow more. Like maybe there's a blockage that's stopping him from expressing himself more, from something in his past, or maybe something like he just wasn't raised to freely talk like that.
Maybe he was ridiculed when he tried in the past, and it, like
humor has been like the way he puts a wall up. So that's what I was asking about the age, because if you guys are both young, like that's easy to like start opening up and training. But even if you're older, like there's still hope there. Yeah, so
for sure.
Yeah, I hope things work out with your hernia too.
Yeah, the bursting hernia. You don't got to go back to the streets. So,
but deal with that.
Deal with the hernia.
Yeah,
deal with it.
You should get that checked.
A funny dude to make jokes about it.
All right. Next one. Who do we have?
Butthole gape, no number.
Oof.
They got the first one?
They got the first one.
Wow.
Butthole gape. They are the
Butthole
first
gape.
butthole gape. Yeah.
It doesn't really have a ring to it. That's why.
Okay, butt gape.
Buttgate.
It sounds like a conspiracy theory.
Buttgate?
Yeah, the butt gate. Yeah. Yeah. Buttgate.
With the T, not a P?
Yeah, exactly.
Buttgate. All right. Well, Buttgate, right?
Turns out we don't actually have butts.
With a P. Butt gape.
So it is a P. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, butt gape.
Yeah, turns out we don't have butts.
It's just a crack there. It's just a slit.
It's conspiracy. What do we really know about butts?
Oh man, that's funny.
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah,
like
really seen yours? We never saw Steve's. So how do we know anything's real?
Steve's, no.
Yeah. All right, butt gape.
All right, so they write, this guy and I are not in a full-on relationship yet, but there are many things that confuses me. He does see a future with me, but we both happen to end things with our significant other at the same time when we started talking.
Okay.
Number one, I am scared that he'd cheat on me because when I first met him, it was supposed to be a hookup. He had already set his mind with the girl, but ended up keeping in contact with me after that day. There would be times where he'd ask me to go over or say sexual things when he and his girl were official. So that makes me think, wouldn't he do that to me?
Yeah. I would think the same things.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, I think this has been the most healthiest talking stage I've had with a guy. We always communicate about problems and never gaslight each other. When something is wrong, he always apologizes and actually improves.
Okay.
We also do not call or text every day and every minute for some healthy distance. But when we are together in person, he is never on his phone and I'm always able to have his undivided attention.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I am just very confused if I am paranoid or if this is not worth to hang on to. Also, thank you for the podcast because my mental health improving have had a lot to do with you girls. I always feel like I have some sisters to turn to. I am literally at my highest point of happy and couldn't have been without listening to your podcast daily.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Thank you.
Buttgate.
Yeah.
Which actually, by the way, a lot of these messages started like they were telling us like how we're their sisters.
Yeah,
that
I
they
love
have.
that.
I
That's
fucking
exactly
love that.
what I
so
was
happy.
hoping for.
Yeah.
That like when we started in the group chat, I was like, I wish I had this
Exactly.
when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys. We love
Yeah,
you.
we love
that's
you.
dope.
So
Okay.
All right. Well,
Did
didn't
they say
start
their
off-
age? Did they say their age?
no age.
Okay.
It didn't start off strong, that's for sure.
But she said older sisters, so maybe she's younger than us?
She just said sisters.
Oh.
Not
Okay,
older.
well, maybe I'm going to give this guy big benefit of the doubt. I would have the same concerns as you because it's like, okay, he's already proven that he can be shady. So
True.
what makes me think I'm special?
Yep.
But sometimes there's just a learning curve. Like for example, Steve, everyone is like, whoa, he's such a good guy, blah, blah, blah. But, like, he was kind of shitty to his exes, like, or some of his exes, not all of his exes. He was really good for two of them, but a couple of them way back then when, or like, you know, one night stand type things that he just, like, kind of was using people as a revenge tool or whatever. Like, those girls probably wouldn't say he's a good guy, but it didn't mean that he's not a good guy. It's just that those weren't the ones for him, and he feels bad about what he did, but it just wasn't, he would never do that to me. So I'd really have to know the guy.
Right. So the thing about this so it started off not great. There's a reason to not trust him already.
Yeah.
And I understand that when he's with you, he's not on his phone. He gives you your undivided attention. I knew a guy once who was never on his phone because he couldn't be around his phone around his girl in case she sees anything.
And also the healthy distance.
Yeah.
For
and
me, it
not
was kind of like,
Mhm.
that sounds like a good thing, but it could also be a red flag.
Not
That's
texting and talking every day.
true.
Maybe it's because he's with someone else.
Okay,
You know?
is it not texting and talking every day, but if you were to text him, he responds right away? Or is it like he just doesn't, he leaves you on red for like 3 days?
Yeah. So this is already starting off rocky. The pessimistic side of me is like,
Yeah.
And then plus also she says, oh, well, the talking stage is so healthy. Talking stages are usually healthy.
Yeah,
Because that's when you're putting
True.
your best foot forward.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
so you
when
can't
the
really judge
mask
from
is on.
the rose-tinted glasses just yet. You know?
How long has it been, did they say?
They're not even together yet.
Yeah, but how long have they been in
Let me
this?
see. I don't think she
talking
mentioned.
stage?
I don't think she mentioned it.
I thought she said at the beginning, like, it was like kind of a long time.
It just says that they're not in a full-on relationship yet.
Oh.
That's all that.
So my brain filled in that
Yeah.
butt gape.
Yeah. Filled up that gape. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not in a relationship. They're just talking. It's just that she has already hooked up with him, and when she hooked up with him, he had
was
already
official with someone else.
Right.
or like eventually he became official with someone else when they were just keeping in contact after.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so what happened after? So he didn't like officially cheat on that other girl.
No, he said
No.
She
So
said yes.
she said that he'd asked me to go over again or say sexual things when he was with a girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof, no.
Yeah.
Ooh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I can't help but think of the guy that Gina has talked about.
Mm.
And it just sounds like some
Yeah.
stuff that dude would do to Gina, or to other girls, I mean. And it just sounds really fishy. There's a lot of red flags there. And I know you're trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. But personally, if you're already starting off with the suspicion, then it's just like, why even continue down that road?
Right.
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 Because then it's always going to be in the back of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
then-
the talking stage is healthy, but then there's also this issue here. You can have or you can have someone else with a very healthy talking stage also, and no issue over here.
Right,
You're
right.
always gonna be suspicious. You're always gonna think like,
Yeah.
well, can I even trust him? And then what's the point of even starting a new relationship if you're not even gonna enter it with trust?
Exactly.
It's just
True.
You're literally
You
doomed.
entered as the side chick.
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah.
That's not healthy. That's not a good foundation. That's going to be a rocky house to build on, for a long
Yeah, and I
time.
think if the standard is just like, well, he doesn't gaslight me,
Right?
like that's like
And he doesn't look at his
like
phone.
below standard.
Mhm.
That's minimum, bare minimum.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
it really
you
is.
shouldn't be with someone that gaslights you for sure. But the fact that he doesn't, it doesn't make him like Prince Charming.
Yeah.
I think the reason why she's like, well, this is good and healthy is because he actually apologizes and improves. But that could just be like, I mean, obviously the improvement is a great thing and it's like, okay, awesome. But the apologizing, it could just be like him covering his ass. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, how are there this many things to apologize for in the very beginning already?
True.
And are they like very big, like fundamental things, or just like, sorry, I ate your chips, I won't do it
Yeah,
anymore?
yeah.
You know?
Right.
So
There's
Yeah.
a lot of holes, here, a lot of butt gapes.
a lot of
here.
butt gapes in this story that needs to be filled in.
I would just say back to the streets, girl.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's
Yeah.
so early. It's just so not worth
If
it.
you have to do this much dissecting in the very beginning, oh my goodness,
Yep.
that's a lot of pieces to a
Pack
puzzle.
your bags.
Pack those bags or keep them packed in the corner.
I mean, you were still kind of sort of in the streets. You guys weren't together. Just
Yeah, true.
Grab your
You're
bags,
like on
stay
the
on the street.
doorstep.
True.
Yeah.
Look at other doorsteps.
You can do better.
All right. Well, is that everyone?
I feel like that wasn't too bad. Like we didn't. There was some.
There were some that weren't back to the streets.
Yeah.
Still in their homes.
Yeah. So we don't hate men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, this one
the
maybe.
one that's not here might.
She's not here. Maybe her.
No, she's gotten a less men hater.
Yeah.
Like, she had to get it out of her system.
Yeah,
but
she was just
a few of these
venting.
she would have raged at for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We miss you, Jess.
Yeah.
We miss you.
We were pretty nice to the gentlemen that were being spoken about today, even the ones we disagreed with.
Yep.
However,
And then there's still more submissions. So, I mean, if you guys didn't hear your story, don't worry. We'll definitely be doing more of these episodes.
we'll do more of these, and if so, it's not too late to submit as well. So if
Yeah,
you want to go
always
follow
submit.
us at Big Mood Girls on Instagram.
DM
That
us.
is the majority of where we take the stories because it's just really easy to collect questions that way.
Mhm.
And be sure to subscribe and rate us 5 stars on iTunes or whatever. And also check out our sponsors. That's how we pick your stories
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, you make your account on the site butt gape something so we know it's
So
you.
we know it's you.
And then, yeah.
All right. Thank you
We'll
guys.
see you next time.
We love
Bye.
you. Bye.